Hi friends, in my last vlog, I had taken you around London city to visit some interesting hotspots, that is the Millennium Wheel or the London Eye and the Tower of London, and later also visited Buckingham Palace to have a good view from outside. Today is the second day in London. What are the hotspots we are going to visit today? Well, it's going to be a guided tour of Lord's, the Mecca of cricket, and in the afternoon, it's going to be a guided tour of Windsor Castle. That's it. Ready? Come join me. After a hearty breakfast, we boarded our coach and left for our first destination of the day. We were fortunate to enjoy a guided tour of the famous Lord's Stadium. Lord's is the oldest and the most famous cricket stadium in the world, steeped over 200 years of history and tradition. Lord's is described as the home of cricket due to its rich history, iconic status, architectural significance, and its role in shaping the sport's tradition. Established in 1814, Lord's is the oldest cricket grounds and has hosted innumerable historic matches, including the first ever World Cup final in 1975. Owned by MCC, that is Marylebone Cricket Club, Lord's was named after Thomas Lord, English cricketer who founded it. A county match was scheduled for the afternoon that day, so we were lucky to have a good tour of Lord's Stadium that morning with a very knowledgeable guide who enlightened us about the various aspects of Lord's Cricket Stadium. Excitedly, we seated ourselves at various stands and imagined a match going on with our favorite cricket stars batting or bowling. We clicked pictures of the pitch and also the various stands: Grandstand, Allen Stand, Compton and Edridge stands, and so many of them. And of course, the pavilion. The current pavilion at Lord's is the third pavilion to stand at the ground and is the main survivor from the Victorian era. It was built in 1889-1890. The pavilion houses dressing rooms designated for the home as well as visiting teams. Each one has its own balcony from which players waiting to bat and other team personnel can watch the game in progress. From the outside, we can have a good view of the dressing room balconies with their short stretches of white fencing on the middle floor at either end of the pavilion. Long room in the pavilion is the room through which players walk on their way from the dressing room to the cricket field. As we walked inside, we got to see the dressing rooms of the various teams, women's dressing room as well as men's, just from the outside, of course. We were also happy to look at the paintings of various cricketers who have achieved milestones in their career during their matches here. Ta-da! India's own cricketing heroes Dilip Vengsarkar, Sachin Tendulkar and Sunil Gavaskar find pride of place in Lord's. The MCC Museum was opened by Duke of Edinburgh in 1953, making it the world's oldest cricket museum. It is dedicated to the history of cricket and MCC. It dates back to 1864 and covers the whole history of cricket from its inception as a mainstream sport in the early 1800s to the present era of 2020 and the IPL. It offers a variety of exhibits and artifacts to the visitors interested in the sport of cricket and the history of the game. A tour of Lord's is not only enlightening for cricket lovers but also enjoyable for any casual tourist. As we came out of Lord's Stadium, we could see the flags of countries participating in cricket in Lords, and we were proud to see our own tricolour there. And as we came out, we could see people waiting in the queue to enter Lords to watch the county match which was soon to take place. Then we went to an Indian restaurant, Datchet Spice Lounge, for lunch and then proceeded to the next sightseeing, that is Windsor Castle. Windsor Castle is a royal residence at Windsor, Berkshire, some 40 kilometers from London. It is home to royalty and 1,000 years of royal history. Founded by William the Conqueror in the 11th century, it has been the home of 40 monarchs. It has been used by the reigning monarch and is the longest occupied palace in Europe. It is open to visitors throughout the year. Windsor Castle has withstood several sieges and renovations through the centuries. An extensive restoration of several staterooms took place after the castle survived a fire in 1992. Buckingham Palace is a more enormous building, but Windsor Castle is bigger on the inside with over 1,000 rooms, whereas Buckingham Palace has around 775 rooms, including bathrooms and all. It is a venue for hosting state visits and also the main residence of Queen Elizabeth II from 2011 to 2022. A very popular tourist attraction too. We had a wonderful guided tour inside the castle, but no photography is allowed inside. Of course, we could take photographs outside the oldest and the largest occupied castle in the world, the Windsor Castle. We also took a stroll around Windsor Royal. A variety of shops and cafes compose this elegant shopping arcade in an 1850s railway station. We also posed in front of the train, the Queen. We were rather tired after the hectic tour and were glad to return to our coach, which drove us to our hotel. We relaxed for some time and went to another Indian restaurant for dinner. Actually, there is another interesting hotspot in London which was not included in this tour of ours, but we had visited it 10 years ago during our tour of Europe. Yes, Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, London. I'm sharing a few pictures taken in 2015 at this wax museum with the royal family, that is the wax statues, and of eminent national leaders, playwrights, scientists, movie stars, musicians, and sports stars. This is Madame Tussauds. So friends, I do hope you enjoyed our second day's tour of London. I'm sure you would not be as exhausted as us when we actually did this tour. Thank you for watching. More to come. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.